Hello everyone, welcome back to Tomy Fan Club.
Today, we're building an elevated railway layout featuring two separate routes. The first is a double-track elevated line for Shinkansen passenger trains, while the second is a single-track elevated route designed for an automobile freight train. How will this railway layout turn out in the end? If you're ready, let's dive into the complete building process and watch it come together step by step. We'll start by building the double-track elevated railway, which will serve as the main route of this layout. Now, let's take a look at how we assemble the double-track elevated railway. At this point, I'll add an elevated passenger station. It will give the layout more depth and make the railway scene feel even more engaging. For this route, I'll be using the JR East EF65 Series 1000 electric locomotive to test its hauling performance with an automobile freight train. Before we begin the test runs, let's finish assembling the elevated railway so everything is ready. Here, I'll install a green bridge to add more depth to the layout. It also creates a more impressive scene when both trains pass through the area at the same time. At this point, I'll build the main station, which serves as the central hub of the double-track elevated railway. It will become one of the key highlights of this layout. Now, let's go through the process of installing the passenger station, step by step. For today's passenger train test, I'll be using the Shinkansen E4 series, better known as MAX. The name MAX stands for Multi-Amenity Express, one of Japan's most iconic double-deck Shinkansen trains. At this stage, the double-track elevated railway we've been building is finally starting to take shape. Before the test run begins, I'd like to add a few finishing touches to the layout. I'll be installing catenary poles, a red bridge, and other scenic details to create a more realistic and visually appealing railway scene as the trains pass through. For this test, I'll be using the EF65 Series 1000 electric locomotive to evaluate its hauling performance while pulling an automobile freight train. If you're ready, let's watch the EF65 Series 1000 electric locomotive demonstrate its hauling power as it pulls an automobile freight train. Next, we'll test the parallel running performance of the legendary Shinkansen E4 Series Max, Japan's iconic double-deck high-speed train. Now, let's enjoy the impressive performance and beautiful scenery as these two trains run side by side. And this is one of my favorite moments in the entire layout. The scene where the two trains pass each other is definitely one of the highlights. Next, we'll build another elevated railway route. This new line will be positioned at a higher level than the double-track elevated railway we created earlier. At this location, I'll build a railway station for this new route. At this point, I'll build a long bridge that crosses over the double-track elevated railway. This will add more depth and create a more impressive scene within the layout. On this curved section, I'll install a green bridge to make the railway scene look more realistic and visually appealing. At this point, I'll create a tunnel on the elevated railway. Adding a tunnel will bring more variety to the route and create another unique feature of this layout. At this stage, the new elevated railway route is starting to take shape. Before starting the test run, I'll add a few more finishing details to the layout. This will help make every angle look more complete and polished. For this test, I'll be using the Dr. Yellow Class 922, a diagnostic train designed to inspect railway tracks and electrical systems. It will be used to test the route we've created. Finally, the layout we designed and built is now complete. We designed this layout with great attention to detail, focusing on beautiful scenery and creating the most realistic railway atmosphere possible. Which part of this layout did you like the most? Let us know in the comments below. If there is a specific type of railway layout or train video you'd like us to create, feel free to share your ideas in the comments. We'll take your suggestions into consideration for our future videos. Now, Sit back and enjoy the full atmosphere of the layout we have created.
If you don't want to miss our upcoming videos, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share the video to support our channel. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you again in the next video. Take care and goodbye.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.